Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to another Axe 72 video. Today, pleasure, as always, to be joined by Jack Mantell. Jack, you always bring the energy and you always bring the good vibes, and after another victory, how are we feeling?
Feeling good, mate. Don't come with the machine Mantell for no reason. Yeah, good performance, mate. I'm getting compliments every fight now. Feeling still fit. So I reckon I could have gone a lot more rounds. Tough, like I say, stronger opponent, a bit heavier. So it took a bit out of me, but yeah, I think a like 11 stone fighter, I would have stopped him. It would have been an early night, but yeah, I'm glad to get the rounds in. Do you know what I mean? That's how we keep learning. So yeah, a very good fight.
And I'm sure you've heard it from everybody today. Your style, very entertaining as always, and you know, I suppose to an extent maybe it has to be because you are, you know, short of fight, and the guy you're in there with today was a big lad. And is that something which you, I suppose, pride yourself over being able to get in range as well as you do?
Yeah, to be fair, it suits me better really because, like you say, they're always taller than me, and there's a lot of people in my gym that I fight, which I've got that bit of a Mike Tyson style, so I know how to get in the inside. And then at the same time, it's harder for me, but it's harder for them. They don't like to be punching down, and they don't like people like you see Nick Ball last night. Do you know what I mean? You just got to get on the inside and charge at them. So yeah, that's just my style of fighting. Machine Man told me I always come and bring that smoke. So yeah,
you do indeed, and I suppose to an extent, is it got to be important? I suppose you know you bring the machine mentality as well, but got to be making sure you know as well that you don't get too drawn in, I suppose, and keep behind what you can do.
Yeah, well that's where it was in my corner. I was when I was fighting. Sometimes they have to rein me in a little bit, and they go, look, like you don't need to get into a fight because your jab's good. Keep jabbing, keep moving away, and keep moving. Do you know what I mean? But then I just get drawn into a nice little tear up again. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like this is what learning's about, though. Do you know what I mean? Like taking these fights step by step, and then keep going, mate. We'll see what's next. Like I'm ready for a title fight, but I'm happy for another fight to grow even more. Like say 6 fights now, I'm kind of there. I don't need to go for a title yet, but if there's one available and it's a good chance, we'll go for it. But at the same time, a few more fights, I'm only getting better and better. So yeah, we'll see what happens, mate. So yeah.
So I suppose you know, like you say, you're taking fights at the moment. Was this fight to an extent a bit of a keep active fight? It was, you know, a very tough opponent, and you didn't have to take it. Credit to you for taking it. Was it a little bit of a keep active?
Well, to be fair, I was meant to be fighting another lad, 11 stone 2, MJ Hall. Very tough journeyman. I got a phone call on Thursday, and they says he's pulled out because he fought the week before with a cut. So I thought, this was Thursday, a couple of days before, and I thought, God, couldn't get no one. And I train in the mornings for work, R5, train after work. I've done 3 months. Obviously, you know, after Christmas, you're already like, you've got to smash it for 3 months because you've got to get ready down. I walk around at bloody 12 stone, so I need to get down to 11. You've got to smash it. So, yeah, they got this guy that says my mate fought him at light heavyweight. So he's come down in weight because he's found these lads are a bit too big for him. So we kind of met in the middle. I weighed in me bottoms so I could weigh a bit more, but I got to about 11.7, and I think he was about 11.10, 11.11. Like, he's come down a bit. So yeah, one of them. I want chucking away 11 3 months of hard work. Do you know what I mean? It's like I say, I got the rounds in, and yeah, I'm glad. Like I say, I won't chucking that away because I've got my other fights in June the 1st. So I haven't fought since September. It's a long time. Like you want to just get in there, mate. I says whoever it is, just chuck me in. I'm not bothered. Let's just go. Let's get them rounds in, and let's get ready for it. So yeah.
I suppose, you know, when you talk about opponents dropping out and weight issues that sometimes can be the case, how have you dealt with frustrations that can occur in boxing?
Well, when they told me that I wasn't fighting someone 11-2 and someone a bit heavier, the first thing I did was go downstairs and start eating. Went down and started getting some cookies down me, and on the Friday I had steak and chips, and I built myself up a bit. So to be fair, I needed to, with someone like that, I needed to be strong. Do you know what I mean? So like that helped me a lot. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a weird one. This is a really weird camp because I've never been in one where I've had to just freely eating. and drinking water. Normally on fight day, I'm just sipping, because obviously water puts on a couple of pounds. So yeah, it's been a bit of an experience, this one, but yeah, like I say, it's learning every time, and yeah, I just took it well. I knew my management team was going to get me a fight. They says we sorted someone, but it's a bit heavier, so it's one of them. Like I say, I fought when I first started in the unlicensed, cruiserweight, so I've always fought bigger lads. So yeah, I'm ready for the challenge and come through it good, luckily. So yeah.
And like you mentioned, I did want to touch upon that unlicensed background a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't always get the best of reputations, but how important is that scene as a scene?
Oh yeah, it's very important, especially at the minute, because you've got John Ashton's lad, he's doing the unlicensed scene, and then you've got John Ashton doing the pro show. So if you want to get in that step and get up, you've got it's like an academy kind of thing now. But yeah, I had 16 fights with the EBF. And it allowed me, like I say, I went to cruiserweight and I kept dropping down and down. And they said, we need to get you to middleweight. And then when I got to the pro gym, I had a few with Jay. And then he said, look, we need to get you super welter for the pros. I think you're ready for it. Unluckily, that I'm 32 now, so I haven't got too long in the pro game. Well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I took the wrong choice when I was younger. We had training on a Friday. When I was amateur at 11, I could have either gone to the gym or get pissed up with my friends, and I chose the wrong thing. But I've made it good now, and I'm making up for it now. But yeah, these last 3 years, I said till I'm 35, I'm going to give it the best I can, and if I get a Midlands title, I'll be happy. And I'm already I'm not nearly at that level. So yeah, anything's just a bonus now, mate. And I'm very proud of myself to where I've come from, that unlicensed scene to where I am now. So yeah.
Of course, and a question which I'm asking every boxer today, other than of course winning, and you've done that very well today, what is that of your favourite part of boxing?
Keeping me sane. Like over Christmas time, it was great, like seeing my friends and stuff, but I kind of got into this habit where I started eating and drinking every weekend, but I don't really get to do that when I'm like now I've got a fight June the 1st. So don't get me wrong, I'll have a couple of weekends with the missus and then I'm straight back on it again. So I like how it keeps my life in check. Do you know what I mean? Like it gives me something to focus on, and then like over like next weekend or tonight, I'll have a good drink with my friends, and I look forward to it. Where it's just a normal thing with other people, but me, I really look forward to it. Like all my friends and family. How hard is it to get your friends and family in a one room at one night? And this is how I do it. So I keep myself away. I keep training. I get my head down. And then tonight I've got all my friends and family there. Just gave them all a good kiss and a hug. They've all congratulated me. I'll go share a drink with them now. Then get back on it. And do you know what? It's just a great thing. And then I've got my girls in it. It keeps me all in check because I went down the wrong road before I met my missus, and she put me in check. The boxing put me in check, and it saved my life. It's put me. If I was this headstrong when I was 18 and I met my missus a long time ago, I'd be a millionaire and I'd be a world champion. But it took me later on in life. But yeah, that's the best thing I like about it. I don't really make a lot of money with the pro boxing. The only thing of money I make is because I save it, because I don't really go out. And then we're going off loads of holidays now, the money that I've saved. Because everyone goes, you're always on holiday. I go, well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't go out. All I've got to do is get my shopping in each week. And then boom, do you know what I mean? So I don't get no really clothes because I only come out once every 3 months. So do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's definitely the best thing that I enjoy about it. So.
Of course, and one final question. I appreciate your time here today, and of course, sometimes from an outside perspective, selling tickets, certain fans might think, oh, it's not really too big of a thing, and it's not that important. But the importance of it is great. It's vast, and you've had your experiences with it now. And what's the support, and how much does it mean to you?
Oh, it means the world to me, mate. If you think that boxing, well, when you're training and the fighting, you think that's the hard part. That is not the hard part. It's selling the tickets. And same with the promoters. They've got to pay the opponents. They've got to pay the venue, doctors, the pro board. And it's all money, money, money. I've had to put money to this one. Do you know what I mean? And I had to put like an extra 1,500 quid to it. I've got a bit of the money back. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to do that just to secure it, because you've got a set thing that you've got to sell. You've got to sell at least 50 tickets in the pros. Everyone thinks, oh, you're a pro now. You're going to get signed. I've been signed by Eddie Earn. Do you know what I mean? I earn more money off the unlicensed scene. because it was 50-50 on tickets I sold. Do you know what I mean? Now you've got to make sure that you're paying the promoter, the opponent. Because in the pros now, you've got, like me, I fought on the way corner and they had to pay me 1,600 quid. You've always got to pay the opponent. So you've always got to bring about 3 grand to the table, which is very hard. And yeah, I struggled on this one. But then on the Taylor Gregg one, I sold 90 and I absolutely smashed it. So and you can't expect everyone to come all the time. It's a lot of money. It's like, take 2 of you, this one, 100 quid. You taxi from Eastwood to Derby, 60 quid. You drink like £250. And at the minute, everyone's gas and electric are going up. So I've had a lot of friends like, look, I can't afford it, Jack. And you know what? If I had the money, I'd have just paid it to bring them because support means more to me. But yeah, at the same time, it's hard when I've got to try and put bread on the table as well as putting it into fights. But like I say, I made about 3.5 grand off my last fight. And I'm probably about 500 down on this one. It is what it is. But next time, after this one now, it's put me in a good position and now I might get a title fight. So it's all swings and roundabouts, mate. So, but yeah, that's definitely the hardest part, selling tickets. But I appreciate everybody that do, and I've always got a good crowd. Even if there's 30 or 40, it sounds like 80 in there when they're shouting for me. So, yeah, thank you to all my fans.
And Jack, it's a pleasure to speak to you as always. You always say it how it is, which I really like to hear, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man.
I am, mate. Thank you for having me. Cheers, pal.